It's the follow-up. We all in.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Dr. Stubbs here, bringing you another edition of the follow-up. And in this episode, I'm going to talk with you about 5 benefits of attending community college. Now, these benefits that I'm going to give you are from not just firsthand experience, but also working within a community college. I currently work within a community college as an admissions director, and I've also worked in partnership with a community college, working in the high school arena, coordinating dual enrollment courses and things like that. I've also worked as an academic advisor. I've worked as a career counselor, worked as a professor, so on and so forth. So these benefits I'm going to give you just 5 of them, okay? 5 that you can really just take with you and understand that it's not just about it being a community college. It's a lot more to it, okay? So bear with me, right? The first thing, number 1, is acceptance, okay? So as we all know, a lot of people, everybody wants to go to the university, the big state university, the big private school university, whatever the case may be. But at community colleges, typically there's an automatic acceptance, okay? Typically that the only things that really determine you of where you're being placed is around SAT scores, ACT scores, and GPA. It's not always necessarily about can you get in, it's just how you're going to get in and where you're going to be placed. So let's say, for example, some colleges have a 2.5 or better. Well, you may not be required to take a particular English course or a particular math course. Let's say you have a high SAT or ACT score, then you will be able to forego maybe a developmental course. All right. So it's very important to understand that a community college typically has what's known as a rolling acceptance, where you apply, and basically as long as you complete the task of the application, they will allow you to get in. All right. The community college's purpose is a lot different from your big university's purposes. Yes, they're all about education, but the model of a community college differs a little slightly from a university. And I'm going to talk more about this later on, but the number one thing, first thing is acceptance. All right. Number 2, cost. All right. The courses that you take at a community college are the same courses that you will take at a university, at least for the first 2 years. Okay. Let me be clear. Now, in case you didn't know, a community college typically is a 2-year process. That's 60 credits, which will then end with an AA degree or an AS degree. All right. So you'll get your first 60 credits out of 120 done at a community college at a much lower cost, almost a third of the cost. All right. So be sure to look at those tuition costs and also look at those courses. Let's take, for example, English 101. English 101 at a university may cost you $1,000 a semester, as opposed to at the community college, that same course will cost you $300. So there's a big difference in cost. All right. So number 2 is cost. Number 3, and this is a very important one, proximity. All right. Proximity, meaning where your community college is located. Maybe there's a reason why you have to stay local, and you have family to take care of. Maybe you have children. Maybe you have some elderly family members that you may need to take care of, whatever the case may be. But because the community college is local to where you are, those connections that you build, those relationships that you make are all going to be catered to that specific area. So let's say, for example, you want to go into, let's say, a trade, and you want to do some automotive, like you want to be a automotive technician. If you go to the community college and finish up there and you do good work, you build good relationships, it's natural that they're not going to, let's say you're in Florida, in Miami, they're not going to have as strong as a network in Texas, where they're able to get you connected with a job. No, they're going to have relationships with those automotive businesses right there in Miami. So it's better as it relates to building that local network. All right. So that's why I say proximity is a third benefit of attending a community college. And that proximity leads right into the fourth one, which is access. Okay. And that's accessing the network. The network is extremely important. Okay. Your network in life is going to be important. So never underestimate your network. There's an old saying that goes, your network is your net worth. So who you know, the people that you're around, the people that you're constantly in communication with will always be a benefit to you. And by attending a community college, you'll have access to those individuals in that network and to that particular area of the community college. All right. And the last but not least is the fifth one, and that's purpose. All right. What is the purpose of a community college? Well, the purpose of a community college is really to build up the community and its community members so that they can bring an economic impact to that particular area. All right. So the fifth benefit that I just told you, that being purpose, is the foundation of all things a community college does. So when it comes to them, hey, acceptance, you're in, it's good to go. Not only are you in, but we're not going to charge you an arm and a leg to attend here. Our cost is going to be lower. Not only is the cost lower, you're also right here local, close to your family. You're close to the people that you maybe have grown up with, or the area that you settled into, or, you know, let's say your family moved a few places, but you're now in that proximity. And then the access to the network within that proximity all builds around the community college's purpose, all right, which is to grow the local area. So the community college is a great place for you to really get in good at a low cost compared to university with that particular area. All right. So those are the 5 benefits. Remember, you're not easily, but you're much more likely to be accepted. The cost is going to be lower. You're in the local proximity of that area of the community college. You're going to have access to the network within that area. And then the purpose of the community college, that purpose is what drives the community college. And from my personal experience, working at a university, big university compared to community college, you can feel the difference in just the staff and the faculty. And I'm not saying this to say that there's not as much, commitment to seeing your success, but there's a huge difference to the commitment of the local area, because the community college purpose is to build up that community area. It's why it's called a community college. So hopefully you take those benefits and it helps you make a decision around what your next steps will be. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. I'll be sure to get back to you, respond to them, just to give you some guidance on some steps that you can take moving forward. All right. If you have social media, you can follow me on Twitter at Dr. Stubbs, DOCTOR_STUBBS. You can find me on Instagram. I'm just getting that back up there as well at Dr._Stubbs. All right. This your boy, K Stubbs. All right. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.
It's the follow-up. We all in.